Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuranmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Supadantikam Vandeham Shri Gurum Srivadapatakalam Shri Gurum Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunatham Vidam Tam Sajivam Sadvaidam Savadudam Parijana Saidam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shivishakham Vidam Sya Ye Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpade Gopesha Gopika Kanda Radha Kanda Namostude Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Shabano Sude Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhesya Kripa Sindhu Bevacha Patidanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Budale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nidhanamine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prajarine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hari Om Tatsat. Welcome all the devotees for today's Bhagavad Gita class. We are reading from Srimad Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 16, Divine and Demonic Nature. First verse, we are starting from this para. The next item is charity. Charity is meant for the householders. So there are 4 varnas. Okay, Brahmana, Kshatriya, Sannyasa, that is from Sannyasa, Vanaprastha, Grahastha, and Brahmachari. Okay, so otherwise from down, Brahmachari, Grahastha, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasi. So out of these 4, okay, these are all ashrama. Okay, so out of these 4, only householders, Grahastha Ashram, they can give charity. Brahmachari is a student life. They don't have money. They don't earn money. So they cannot give. Grahastha is left already the householder life. They don't earn money. So they cannot give charity. Sannyasi is a renunciant. He cannot give charity. So who can give charity? Only those who are in the Grahastha Ashram. Okay? Only those who are in the Grahastha Ashrama. So Grahastha Ashrama should support the other 3 ashram, like Brahmachari, Vanaprastha, and Sannyasa. So that is a tradition. So charity is meant for the householders, no one else. No one else can. Those who are in the householder life only can, because they are the earning member. Now at home, the children, they don't maintain the family because they are not earning. The parents who are working, isn't it? Disabled people, those who are not working, those who are not getting any money, they cannot. Like that, only householders can maintain the other ashramas. The householders should earn a livelihood by an honorable means and spend 50% of their income to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. So there is a standard set by Rupa Goswami. If we are earning 10,000, 50% of that should go as charity for Krishna conscious activities. This is a standard. Okay, it is not possible for everybody to do that, but at least some money should go for such activities. 25% should go for our immediate family members for their expenses, to meet their expenses. 25% we should keep reserve as emergency, for our emergency. This is what Rupa Goswami did. When he got retired from this Nawab Hussain Shah's ministry, he got so much, a board full of gold coins, their gratuity. Okay, what he did, 50% he gave for Krishna conscious activities, 25% he gave for his relatives, and 25% he kept as reserve. And this, some 10,000 out of this 10,000 coins, gold coins, were kept in a grocery for emergency. He knew that emergency is going to come. What was the emergency? Sanatana Goswami was not released when he wanted to quit his job. So he was put in the jail by the Shah, by the ruler. So he had to come out somehow. So Rupa Goswami wrote a letter to Sanatana Goswami that I have deposited 10,000 gold coins in the grocery shop owner. So please use that, bribe them, and somehow get out of it. So he took this and bribed the jailers and told them, see, I'm going for Mecca. I'm going for Mecca. Because they were all working for Nawab Hussain Shah's kingdom, who are Muslims. So please allow me. So don't, somehow I'll give you. This is what I have. I got this much treasure, my gold coins. I will give you. Please, tell me that he went out for some nature to attend some nature spot. He never returned. So he jumped into his committed to say some lie to the Nawab Hussain and helped me like that. So when they were bribed because of lalach for money and gold coins, so they lied and they let him go. Like that, this money which was kept as a reserve used for bribing the jailers, and he got out of the jail and joined Mahaprabhu in Varanasi. So this is how he got up. So he bribed, he told a lie, isn't it? He bribed with money. He told a lie also. He told lie that I'm going for Mecca. Okay. So is it good to lie and is it good to bribe? It's a question. What do you say? A devotee should never lie. A devotee should never bribe. So what Rupa Goswami or Sanatana Goswami did, was it right or wrong?
Intention was right, Prabhuji. Intention was right.
Okay.
Intention to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was probably right.
Okay.
But as per scripture, we should not do this.
Okay. But then to tell lie, to bribe for a higher cause.
Yes.
Not harming anyone. No, he has bribed and he told a lie for attaining a higher cause. Okay. The reason behind was not sense gratification. The reason behind was to meet the Lord, to practice spirituality for his own spiritual advancement, not for sense gratification. So that is important. That is the underlining factor, that he lied or he bribed for something really higher cause. So we also lie, we also bribe, but that is for our sense gratification. That is against the rules and regulation. That is not allowed. But if it is, suppose now there is a satsang, somebody is coming, some Maharaj is coming, you want to attend this class, you cannot leave because this is a rare opportunity. In the office, you tell your boss, I have got very urgent work, I have to take my son to hospital or this or that, something that pleases the boss. That boss will agree, yeah, this is really some emergency, he has to. But actually you are not going to hospital, nor are you doing something which you have told the boss. Okay, you are going to attend the satsang. Is it good? Yes, because this is something, a rare opportunity to meet such a Maharaj and listen from him, some spiritual talk for our own self-realization. So that's okay. But now you are telling that my son is sick, I have to take him to doctor, and you are going for a cinema. That is not okay. So when such things we are doing, some bribing and telling lie for a higher cause, it is accepted. Not that every time you say some excuse, but it should be a genuine reason. So here, Rupa Goswami has set an example, 50% for devotional activities, 25% for family members, and 25% for emergency. Okay, this is it. Even only in our this thing, we Hindus, Sanatana, those who are following Sanatana Dharma, we don't have any, rule like that. We don't practice also. In other religion, especially in Islam religion, there is a zakat and all, especially during Ramadan. Okay? They do that. They give this charity. But how this charity is being used, that is something different topic to discuss. Okay. And we should give charity according to time, place, and circumstances. Okay. And they cannot go for Hajj without paying off their loans and debts. It will not be counted, that Hajj Yatra. Okay. There are certain rules which they are following. We don't follow anything. So that is a pitiable condition of Hindus. So thus, a householder should give it charity to institutional societies that are engaged in that way, that are engaged in Krishna conscious activities. Charity should be given to the right receiver. That's why it is said, charity should be given according to Patra. Patra dheke. Okay, you should give charity. You cannot indiscriminately give charity. So you should know who is the receiver, how he or she is going to use that charity. There are different kinds of charity, as will be explained later on. Charity in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. So there are three ways of charity: in the mode of goodness, passion, and ignorance. Charity in the mode of goodness is recommended by the scriptures. So what is recommended? Charity in the mode of goodness. Charity in the mode of goodness means we should not expect anything in return when we are giving. And it should be for a good cause, noble cause, for spiritual cause, not even for social cause. Social cause, we can give charity, okay, without expectation, but that is not in the mode of goodness. So charity in the mode of goodness is recommended by the scriptures. That is recommended. Others are not prohibited, but it's not in the mode of goodness. See, when flood comes, drought comes, earthquake comes, we give charity. But what happens? Most of the charity ends up in the pockets of the politicians. They don't use it for that charitable work. So that money will be used in some sinful activities, and we have to partake the sinful reaction of that. Although we have given with good intention, we may have to partake the sinful reaction if it is not used in the right way. So charity in the mode of goodness is recommended, because we know that is going for Lord's service. Because it is simply a waste of money. Charity in the mode of passion and ignorance is simply a waste of money. Because ignorance, we don't know how they are using this money, so it's waste. And passion, it is for name, fame. We are not getting the desired result in the mode of passion and in the mode of ignorance when we give charity. So charity should be given only to propagate Krishna consciousness all over the world. That is charity in the mode of goodness. Okay? So charity should be for charity for propagating Krishna consciousness, means to make others spiritually grow. So that is the charity in the mode of goodness. Others are not recommended. Charity, especially charity in the mode of ignorance, is not at all recommended. Passion is still okay, because you are doing something, some social activities, okay, and with that, some people are getting benefited. Some hospital treatments and natural calamities. These are all, although we may do that for name, fame, but that is for a good cause. But recommended charity is in the mode of goodness, to propagate Krishna consciousness for spiritual advancement. Then as far as Dhamma is self-control. Self-control means control of the senses. It's not only meant for other orders of religious society, but is especially meant for the householder. Okay. So sense control is meant for mainly householder. Brahmachari, student life, they are already in sense control, they are practicing. And those who are in the Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, they're also in sense control because they are not indulging any sensual activities. Only householders, they engage in sensuality. Although he has a wife, a householder should not use his senses for sex life unnecessarily. There are restrictions for the householders, even in the sex life, which should only be engaged in for the propagation of children. So here in the purport, Prabhupada says, even sex is used for propagating Krishna conscious children. If he does not require children, he should not enjoy sex life with his wife. So modern society enjoys sex life with contraceptive methods or more abominable methods to avoid the responsibility of children. See, if we create children, it is our responsibility to take care of them, to bring them in a Krishna conscious manner, not like cats and dogs. That's what Prabhupada wants to emphasize here. Cats and dogs also get so many puppies and kittens, isn't it? And they just leave them for their fate. But human being, we have got responsibility of bringing the children in a Krishna conscious way. So we cannot run away from that responsibility. This is not in the transcendental quality, but it is demonic. That means, producing children like cats and dogs, it's demonic because it's our responsibility. If we cannot bring them up in a Krishna conscious manner, then we should not produce children. If anyone, even if his householder wants to make progress in his spiritual life, he must control his sex life and should not beget a child without the purpose of serving Krishna. So if he begets children, we have to ensure that those children are engaged in the service of Krishna or they are living in Krishna conscious way. Otherwise, it is simply a disturbance in the society. If he is able to beget children who will be in Krishna conscious, one can produce hundreds of children. No limit. But without the capacity, one should not indulge only for sense pleasure. So this is about Dhamma, that means sense control. And sacrifice is another item to be performed by the householders. Okay, sacrifice. What is sacrifice means? What is sacrifice?
Tyag. Tyag.
Yeah. So because sacrifice requires a large amount of money, yajna, homa, and all these things, it requires a large amount of money and so many ingredients. It is very difficult for us to perform sacrifice in this age of Kali. Those in the orders of life, namely Brahmacharya, Vanaprastha and Sannyasa, have no money again. They live by begging, so they cannot do sacrifice. So performance of different types of sacrifice is meant for the householders. They should perform Agnihotra sacrifices as enjoined in the Vedic literature, but such sacrifices at the present moment are very expensive. So we cannot do such a sacrifice in the age of Kali. It was very expensive, lot of arrangements, qualified brahmanas, so many ingredients. So it is not possible for us to perform such sacrifices in this particular age of Kali. And it is not possible for any householder to perform them. The best sacrifice recommended in the age of Kali is called Sankirtana Yajna. Okay? Sankirtana Yajna. That is the, even Lord Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. Japa means Sankirtana, chanting the holy name of the Lord. So that is the best yajna recommended in the age of Kali. So this Sankirtana Yajna, the chanting of Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, is the best and most inexpensive sacrifices. Do we need any brahmanas? No. Do we need any ingredients or any arrangement for? No, nothing. Just we need a tongue. That's it. We need tongue. Those who have tongue, those who can vibrate that can do this yajna. Simple, without any expenses, without any botheration, without bothering others, we can do this yajna. Everyone can adopt it and derive benefit. So these three items, namely charity, sense control, and performance of sacrifice, are meant for householders. So charity, sense control, and sacrifice are meant for householders, not for others. Then Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya means Vedic study. Swadhyaya. Swadhyaya. Okay. is meant for brahmacharya or student life. Brahmacharis should have no connection with women. They should live a life of celibacy and engage the mind in the study of Vedic literature for cultivation of spiritual knowledge. This is called Swadhyaya, study, Vedic study. So usually this is done by the brahmacharis the first 25 years of our life before we get into householder life. So that time we have to study the Vedic literatures. Tapas or austerity. Tapas is austerity. Is especially meant for the retired life. Vanaprastha. Okay. So brahmachari, they do Vedic studies. They engage in study of the Vedas. Householders, they are in family life. Then Vanaprastha, they have to do tapas, austerity. They have to leave the family and dedicate their life for spirituality. One should not remain a householder throughout his whole life. He must always remember that there are 4 divisions of life: brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyasa. So after grihastha, householder life, one should retire. So it is 25, 25, 25, 25. 25 brahmacharya, 25 householder life, 25 vanaprastha, 25 sannyasi. But again, in the age of Kali, sannyasa is not recommended. So we should live the family life, then practice Krishna conscious activities. That is what is meant after the householder life. After 50, we are supposed to engage our full energy and time for Krishna conscious activities. If one lives for 100 years, he should spend 25 years in student life, 25 years in household life, 25 in the retired life, 25 in the renounced order life. These are the regulations of the Vedic religious discipline. A man retired from household life must practice austerities of the body, mind, and tongue. After austerities of the body, mind, and tongue. That is tapasya. So, can you explain how we can do tapas, austerities of the body, mind, and tongue? Can anyone explain how we can do austerities of the body? Yes, yes, Sachi Mataji. Yes. Austerity of the body.
Prabhu, waking up in the morning, Brahma
Yes.
Muhurta,
Okay.
and then and also like doing seva.
Yes.
Mind is thinking about Krishna,
Mhm.
and then tongue is chanting, Prabhuji.
Okay. So in brief, you mentioned all the 3. Okay. Tapasya of the body, mind, and tongue. Tongue for chanting Hare Krishna
Hare
mantra.
One more thing I left. Tongue again, prasada, Prabhu.
Yeah, for prasadam. Okay. Like that, we can do austerities. So with the body, we can get up early in the morning, do arati, and we can do swadhyaya using our senses, and mind. What did you say for mind?
Remembering
Krishna.
Yeah, remembering Krishna. Okay, and controlling other senses. We just dhamma, sense control. The mind has to control the senses, not to deviate from the spiritual path. Mind should be used in devotional activities only. And tongue, of course, for chanting and for honoring prasadam. That is tapasya. There, in Bhagavad Gita, very clearly, Lord Krishna says how we can do austerities of the body, mind, and tongue. There are slokas. So, anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyahidam chayet swadhyaya abhyasanam chaiva man tapam mayam uchyade. Okay. So, anudvega karam vakyam satyam priyam hitam. So how our tongue, how we can, the austerity of the tongue, how we can do that? Satyam, Priyam, Hitam. We should speak only that which is truthful, that which is beneficial, that which is not agitating to others. That is austerity of tongue, speech, otherwise. Like that, the austerity of the body also given, the austerity of mind, everything is given in that. I don't know which chapter, I don't remember which chapter it is. So it is given. So you can read that. So without tapasya, the entire varnashrama dharma society is meant for tapasya. Without tapasya or austerity, no human being can get liberation. So if people think that I want to enjoy with all my senses and at the same time want to get liberated from this, dukkhalaya mashashvatam, it's not possible. No gain without pain. Right? So you have to take some austerity if you want to gain something higher. Such okay. So the theory that there is no need of austerity in life, that one can go on speculating and everything will be nice, is recommended neither in the Vedic literature nor in Bhagavad Gita. Such theories are manufactured by show bottle spiritualists who are trying to gather more followers. What is this show bottle spiritualist? Prabhupada uses really good phrases. What is this show bottle spiritualist? Yes, Madaji. Sachi Madaji.
They don't know anything, Prabhuji. They are not spiritualist actually. They just
Show
show
off.
off themselves as they are
They know everything.
spiritualist.
Yeah, show bottle. They, the same old wine in a new bottle. Right? They only show beautiful bottle. What is inside, we don't know. Only exhibiting that they are something spiritual, they are good people, they are renunciant. They only show. But andar se kokla hai. Hollow. They don't have any substance. So,
Hare
this
Krishna,
such.
Prabhu. Even
Yeah.
Prabhupada says like that they will tell you, give me some money, I will take care of your liberation and everything, whatever it
Yeah.
is.
You give me some $100, I will give you a mantra, you chant this mantra, you will get liberation.
Liberated.
So these are all show bottle spiritualists who are trying to gather more followers. They want, they want more followers in the YouTube channel. 1 million, 2 million, yes, they are happy. So if there are restrictions, rules and regulations, people will not come attracted. Therefore, those who want followers in the name of religion, just to have a show only, don't restrict the lives of their students, nor their own lives. But that method is not approved by the... See, there are so many so-called spiritual organizations. Okay? But how many of them are restricting their followers or disciples not to engage in illicit activities? I don't think any one of them. Except ISKCON.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes.
I just have a doubt in this point, Prabhu. And then Ashtanga yogis, they also follow Yama Niyama, no? So what they are doing, Prabhu, there?
What they are doing means?
What Yama Niyama they are following in that case? They are also not.
They are following all Yama Niyama if they really want to attain Samadhi. So they have to get up early in the morning. They have to control their senses. They are not supposed to have Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mata, Matsarya. They should be, without any fear. They should go to forest. They should do meditation, pranama, breathing techniques and all these things. So it's very difficult, not possible in this age of Kali. Ashtanga Yoga is not meant for this age at all. First of all, they will utterly fail in the Yama Niyama only. So they cannot continue further.
I asked this question because in Journey Back Home to Godhead, Radhanath Swami Maharaj autobiography, I was reading, Prabhu. There were many such peoples when Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there in Himalaya. So
Yeah. See, people in those regions, they are totally secluded. Okay, they don't live in the society. So those serious people who want to practice this Ashtanga Yoga, Hatha Yoga, They are not in the cities. They go to such places in the Himalayas, in the caves. They practice. So that is hardly you can count in, fingers.
Yes, yes.
So that we cannot generalize. There are such people. For
Hare
real
Krishna, Prabhuji.
goals. Yes, Hare Krishna.
Sorry, Prabhuji. Prabhuji, I heard one news in Jain Dharma means one couple, and it's a real news, Prabhuji. 2-3 months before, they are like 83 or 81 years, husband and wife. They took decision to leave the body, and this ceremony calls Santhara or something. So they left the means Anno Jal Tyag Diya. And they means the family and all society celebrate this thing. They are coming to take darshan of them, and after 19 days husband left the body, and the wife, I don't know, I didn't heard anything about her, but they took this decision to leave the body. So I think it's also like tapasya, Prabhuji.
Yeah. It's because they have fulfilled their whatever they are supposed to, and they prepare themselves to leave the body. So they stop intake. Just now, for
Yes,
example,
Prabhuji.
our Kadamba Kanna Swami Maharaj.
Yes,
Okay,
Prabhuji.
he also took a decision because he was suffering. Now he cannot live anymore in that with that body in a healthy condition, chanting, doing all the devotional activities. So he took a decision of not taking anything solid. So he slowly and gradually reduced and stopped. So he left the body in Krishna conscious way. So like that,
Yes,
when they attain all that is attainable in this human body, so they take, even in the olden days that they used to do, take jala samadhi.
yes.
So like that, there are people who stopped. Even Prabhupada stopped taking, he is taking all solid food during his last time. He only take only liquid. Like that, he became very big, only bunch of bones. He wanted to show his disciples, this is the situation of everybody. He'll become bunch of bones. But he was a pure devotee, and his consciousness was as clear as pure water. His consciousness was very nice. Even in the last days, he was dictating Srimad Bhagavatam to devotees, and they were all taking dictation, Srimad Bhagavatam translation. Even though he was without food, without water, and he was full energetic Krishna conscious way, and he was translating Bhagavatam. If at all, if we were there, we won't be even able to open our eyes and even speak. And our consciousness, our memory, everything will be totally lost. So this, devotees, they're pure devotees of the Supreme Lord. Even though physically they may be invalid, but their consciousness will be bright like sun. So that's a difference.
I'm imagining, Prabhu, yearly once Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi and 5 days of Bhishma Panchak, how I'm taking.
Then we want so many people, assistants to help us, right?
Yes, I'm taking Bhishma Panchak. Why don't you help me?
So this is, this is spiritual. Spiritual and material is the difference. Okay. So, but therefore, those who want followers in the name of religion, just to have show only, don't restrict their the lives of their students, nor their own lives. But that method is not approved by them. So that's what I said. There are so many religious organizations who accept ISKCON is very strict in teaching their followers not to indulge in any illicit activities. It's a standard. All others, they're flexible. Maximum, they may restrict them from the meat eating. Other things, they don't propagate, they don't force them to do. There are 4 main regulations that we are supposed to follow. But in our spiritual organization, without this commitment, we don't give Diksha. Isn't it? We don't admit them as a full-time member or a Dikshit member, disciple. Anybody can come. There is no restriction. Even those who are not following, they are also welcome. But if you really want to follow, want to get, Diksha in this Sampradaya, to get connected, these are must. But no other religion organization are putting these rules strictly. Maybe they may, tell them not to eat non-vegetarian. But other things, they don't give any importance, like illicit sex, illicit relationship between male and female, intoxication, and gambling. These are the 4 places where Kali is staying. So where these 4 activities are taking place, Kali is there 100%. And plus where hoarding of wealth, that means gold. Gold means wealth. So there also. Where there is too much money in excess, there will be all these other 4 items. 4 things will be happening, like intoxication, meat eating, illicit sex, and gambling. Previously, it was restricted to certain places, isn't it? Now you go to one place. Now these 4 activities were restricted to certain places only. Now you go to one hypermarket, one mall. All the 4 items are there. Where it is not available, you show me a place where these 4 rules are not, 4 regulations are not broken. Can you show one place? Previously, it were all restricted to certain places only. You will find these things only in some places, not everywhere, not in the society. It was restricted. There were regulations. Now, you go to one mall, you will find meat eating, illicit sex activities, gambling, and intoxication. Just go to one mall. Don't you find this? Say everywhere in the society. It is there everywhere. So that is the symptom of Kali Yuga. Kali is flourishing, and Kali has become very, fat and stout because these 4 activities are there in every place, in every society. So as far as the Brahmanical quality or simplicity is concerned, not only should a particular order of life follow this principle, but every member, be he in the Brahmachari ashrama, Grahastha ashrama, Vanaprastha ashrama, or Sannyasa ashrama, one should be very simple and straightforward. This is the quality of Brahmins. Simple and straightforward. Simple living and high thinking. This is the Brahmanical quality. One more para we'll take. Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. See the translation given for Ahimsa by Prabhupada, the definition. Ahimsa means not killing others. This is what we have generally understood. But Ahimsa means not arresting the progressive life of any living entity. Progressive life towards the spirituality. So if you check the spiritual progress of any living entity, it's called Ahimsa. Got it? If we become an impediment in the progress of a spiritual life of any living entity, we are doing Ahimsa to that person, not just killing other living entity. So one should not think that since the spirit spark is never killed, even after killing the body, there is no harm in killing animals for sense gratification. People are now addicted to eating animals in spite of having an ample supply of grains, fruits, and milk. Animal, eating meat is allowed only in emergency. In emergency, no food at all available, and you are going to die. In that situation, a discount is given. But now, an ample supply of grains, fruits, and milk is there. Why we should harm innocent animals, killing them for our sense pleasure? Is not allowed. There is no necessity for animal killing. This injunction is for everyone, when there is an ample food supply for humanity, persons who are desiring to make advancement in spiritual realization should not commit violence to animals. Real ahimsa means not checking anyone's progressive life. That is real ahimsa. The animals are also making progress in their evolutionary life by transmigrating from one category of animal life to another. They're also progressing. So when we check the progress of animal, or when we kill them, their progression towards the next higher animal life is also checked. So that's what Prabhupada says here. The evolutionary life by transmigrating from one category of animal life to another, it is checked. Suppose if we kill an animal, okay, for our sense pleasure, so its evolutionary life from that life to the higher life is checked. That's what, we are disturbing their evolutionary cycle. If an animal is staying in a particular body for so many days or so many years and is untimely killed, then he has to come back again in that form of life to complete the remaining days in order to be promoted to another species of life. You got it? Why we are stopping the evolutionary cycle? Because if a goat, for example, it is living, say, for 20 years, we kill that goat after 10 years of life. 10 years is left. Okay? So it has to again come as a goat to finish that cycle of 20 years. So we are checking the progress. Just like when a person commits suicide at the age of 40, and if that person is supposed to live for 60 years, 20 years he has to live without a body in a ghost form. So we are checking the progress of the evolutionary cycle. So their progress should not be checked simply to satisfy one's palate. This is called ahimsa. Hare Krishna. So we'll stop here. Next is Satyam. Okay. So I will. Okay. I'll stop sharing. Hare Krishna. Pancha kalpatarubhyasya kripa sindhubhyev cha patidanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo. अनंत कोटि वैष्णव की जय, श्री प्रभुपाद की जय, गुरु महाराज की जय। I hope I'm hearing you.